I am making a bold claim. You're using leftovers wrong. That's right, I said it. I'm gonna say it. You're using leftovers incorrectly. Maybe that could be partly my fault because when leftovers first dropped in the game, I was trying to encourage you guys to possibly put it on a Pokemon that, when doing a damaging move, also heals itself. Pokemon like Venusaur or Primarina, which would make sense because if you drop a leftovers on top of it, it will heal even more for itself if it has leftovers attached to it. It makes sense. I get it. I don't blame you. And I was at fault for it myself. But I came up with another idea. I believe leftovers could be used in a different way. One that has worked out pretty well for me anyway. And you want to put it on a Pokemon that doesn't necessarily heal itself when doing damage, or not on a Pokemon that has an absurd amount of health. But I instead would prefer to put leftovers on my Steel-type deck that I made revolving around Bastiodon. Now, if you hadn't seen the card before, if you're not familiar with what Bastiodon does, it has an ability where you flip a coin, and if the coin flip is in your favor, then Bastiodon takes 100 less damage. Which, if you could get Bastion out there quickly, then it's a pretty good Pokemon to have out in the field. 100 less damage is crazy. In a way, it almost makes Celebi its only enemy. So if you put leftovers on Bastiodon, I think you can kind of see where I'm going with this. So if the coin flips are constantly in your favor, and yeah, so if the coin flips are constantly in your favor, then you are taking less to no damage from your opponents. And if they happen to do enough damage before because the coin flip was in their favor and they were able to damage you, you got leftovers on, and every time they are unlucky and you're lucky, you're healing. You are healing every turn that the coin flip is not in the favor of your opponent. In other words, what I'm trying to say here is that it's a really good stall tactic. Currently, I am not aware if there are other type of Pokemon that are like this in Pocket, but if there are, I would encourage you to use it in this way. Stall any way that you can. Put the leftovers on the Pokemon where you have to get lucky to even damage it to begin with. Stall method. That's how you leftovers. Boom. Mic drop. Anyway, I just wanted to quickly share that with you. I wanted to share that's how I've been using my leftovers because I promised you that I would tell you how I'm using leftovers once I've figured out how to properly do so. And I feel like this is it. Thanks for listening to me yap about Pokemon cards, virtual Pokemon cards, and I appreciate that very much. Okay, bye!